What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Inside the Money Matrix, where they got us chasing paper like Republicans chase the Democrats out of Virginia. Republicans. Woohoo! Virginia's gonna be a red wave now, and everything's gonna be better. Everything's gonna change now because we have a new governor. No more Democratic tyranny in our state. Yay! We're gonna make our own state now and leave the rest of the states to drown in debt, like $86 trillion worth of CV19 debt. Hey, whatever y'all think, man. I got a lot of friends that are all excited about that recent development of redness within our state. I could care less, because here I am doing the same ass thing I was doing yesterday. So anyway, this is probably going to be bad because I'm shooting this video through my steering wheel, but oh well. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Oh, got to get ran off the road here. I'm on a one-way street where I live at. It's only room for one car, so when somebody passes you, you're probably gonna die. Anyway, guys, this is going to be a coin roll hunting finds video. If you watch my channel because of, excuse me, I just drank some water. If you watch my videos because of passive income applications, then you might want to hang around and watch this video, especially if you're in the US, because I am going to show a bunch of coins that I found that are worth more than their face value, which is kind of a form of passive income also. Not really. I mean, it takes some work, but you can do it at your own, at your own will, at your house, when you're driving, whatever you want to do, when you're boating. So it's been about, I don't know, 6 months or so, something like that, since I shot the last video of what I found hunting coins. And before that, I was only at it for like, I don't know, a couple months. I haven't even been doing this for a year. And within that year, I'd say, because it's not even been a year yet, it's November 5th right now, to be exact, November 5, 2021. So I haven't even been hunting coins or into that whole thing for a year yet. Oh, chickens. Oh my God. I almost ran over some chickens. Excuse me. Literally, there's chickens in the road. Okay, thank you. That's where I live now. There's chickens. So I haven't even been hunting for a full year. And honestly, guys, I really haven't hunted that much. There are people that do this and make a six-figure income yearly from hunting coins, right? They go to the bank, they get a box of coins or a case of coins or whatever you want to call it, or rolls of coins. Oh, I should have checked my mail. I had a package coming. I ordered a package for free. So you coin hunting people that like coins, if you look at the rest of my videos, you can get stuff for free on Amazon for your coin hunting hobby, like I just did. I'll show a screenshot here of the order I just did. Right there. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, there are people that make a six-figure income from hunting coins. Why is there all this stuff in the road now? I'm trying to shoot a video while I'm driving. So I haven't hunted that much. I've hunted, I think, somewhere in the neighborhood of, because I try to keep track of it, somewhere in the neighborhood of 260 rolls of quarters. And that's just what I've kept track of. So of course it's been more than that, because sometimes I'll hunt some rolls and I'll forget to add them. Every time I get done hunting $10 face value worth of coins, I add it to a list. Okay, that's another roll you hunted. So I cannot, like, there's guys that go out there and they'll get boxes and boxes of coins and sit there and hunt them all in one day. I can't do that. I don't have that kind of time. You know, I got 2 young kids and stuff, and I work a job and whatever. I don't have that kind of time to do it. Plus I got severe ADD, which puts me all over the damn place. So I can get through, you know, 20 rolls in a sitting or whatever. But that's that. So I've hunted about, I should say, in the comfort of my home or whatever, or in the comfort of wherever, sitting down hunting, about 260 rolls of quarters. And really, guys, not even that many dimes, nickels, and pennies at all. Maybe 10 rolls per each denomination have I hunted. And I'm going to show you guys the stuff that I found. Now, a lot of this stuff I found on a till, on a cash register, because my new job that I have, that I've had since July. No, not July. You're going to hit me, dude. What is this? There's a guy in a truck driving down the road, not even looking where he's going. He's looking left. And almost damn near ran straight into me. Luckily, he was going like 4 miles an hour. So apparently, this is not a good idea right now. What was I saying? Okay, so I haven't hunted that much. And the stuff that I have, because I just shot the video. I just filmed everything that I found from the second time. I showed you guys the first little batch of stuff that I found. And I just shot the video for the second little batch. I've been keeping it separated. Gotta keep them separated. ADD. So I've kept it separate. So I filmed all the stuff that I found, or the real good stuff that I found, and then anything I added to it, I kept it separate, so I would know, okay, I haven't filmed this yet. I want to film this. I want to put it out there for people to see what you can find when you're coin roll hunting. When I very first started doing this, and I think the first thing I ever found was an S-Mint quarter. I was just like, wow, S-Mint quarter, so cool. You know what I mean? Then I found a W. Wow, I found a W. I didn't think I was going to find as much stuff as I have found. And guys, these W quarters right now, they're going for at least 20 bucks a piece on eBay, depending on their condition. And the ones I'm finding are in really good condition, for the most part, right? There's a lot of old school collectors and people that I've talked to that said that these W quarters, these West Point Mint quarters, which is only 20 million in existence, are going to be worth $1,000 in 5 years. If that's the case, I've got $28,000 worth of West Point Mint quarters that I'm going to show you right here in this video. So the point of this is to show you guys that you can get some coins or check your pocket change or whatever you want to do and find this stuff that's worth more than face value. Some pennies out there, you pick up a penny and you look at a penny, you might be like, oh, that's a penny, that's 1 cent. When actually it's like worth 3 or 4 or 5 cents or $10 or $1,000. And if you take the time to learn this stuff and learn what you're looking for, then you could be profitable doing this. If you get yourself a microscope, an eBay account, maybe a red book or two, you can be profitable hunting coins. There's a dog in the road. What is going on? This never happens. This is never like this. I almost said a biker, a guy on a truck, chickens. This is unreal, unbelievable. Usually when I'm driving to work, I live on a mountain. I'm coming down off the mountain. I live on the kind of in the foothills, in a valley, put it that way. But I'm coming down. There's nothing in the road ever. And now today I've got the camera going and I've almost hit 14 different creatures in a truck, in a person. So I'm expecting a tree to fall on my car any minute. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys the second part of my collection, or what I would call my really, really good stuff that I found. I have a whole bunch of other stuff set aside, mostly quarters, a bunch of nickels. I've got older, 1930s, 1920s nickels, old dimes that I'm not going to show you guys. Other things that I've been collecting and holding on to just because it's so old. Like the nickels that I'm talking about, they're not silver or anything like that. They're just super old. So I'm holding on to them. I hold on to all bicentennial quarters just because I feel like I can probably sell them and get more money out of them. Here comes another car. Unreal. There's never anything on this road. But I hold on to all kinds of stuff. Lots of different kind of low mintage quarters and coins and stuff like that I'm not going to show in this video. But anyway, and another truck. What is up? Oh, it's Friday. It's Friday in the country. Friday in the country. There's going to be 14 cars on the road. Anyway, this is the intro to that video, guys. I'm blabbing for 10 minutes. I don't have a lot of time for YouTube and stuff. I got a whole bunch of videos at different stages of being released. I've got some uploaded that I just need to do a description on, do a thumbnail for, pop them. I've got things I need to film. I've got lots and lots and lots of content to put up on this channel. It just is a matter of getting around to doing it. And every time I do something for YouTube, it's like I'm forcing it. Like I got to do this right now. I have to do this. So anyway, guys, I filled the second part of what I want to show you guys. I have my little box that I had it all in. I emptied it out so now I can start that over and continue finding stuff, hopefully good stuff. And with my record, you know, of what I'm currently, you know, finding, I've been finding some good stuff. So now I can mix my collection together and kind of, you know, get it squared away and put up for, you know, long-term storage, and then continue hunting, guys. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm not a professional coin collector by any means, so anything I say in my videos is just, you know, kind of what I've learned so far and what I think I know is true. So don't, you know, I wish some of these YouTubers, because I've learned a lot of stuff from YouTube, and it turns out that, you know, a lot of these people don't really know what they're talking about. So I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm like all knowing, like I know all this stuff. I do know certain things, like certain things to be facts, like any quarter or quarters pre-1964, dimes pre-1964 are 90% silver. That's like a common known thing. Everybody knows this, except for like rookies and noobs and stuff. They don't really know. I do know that, you know, a silver war nickel is 35% silver, and for it to be silver, it has to have a mint mark over the Monticello building. I know things like that, but there's other tidbits of information that I am not fully confident in, and I try to make it clear, you know, what those things are. So don't watch my videos and think that I'm teaching you something. This is just me vlogging, you know, this is just me shooting videos, showing what I'm doing, what I'm learning as I'm learning these things. I just had a conversation with a new coin hunter in one of these coin groups. We started messaging back and forth, and he says, you know, he's finding these W quarters. I said, bro, hold on to them. All these people are trying to buy them from him, of course. I'm like, dude, hold on to them. Don't sell them. These guys, he's like, one guy saying he'll give me $5 right now, blah, blah, blah. He said another guy said they're not worth anything to get rid of them. No, man, that's not true. So I'm telling the guy, like, no, that's not true. Hey, that could be true, because maybe in 5 years they won't be worth anything. Maybe the hobby will die. For them to be worth anything, people have to want them, right? So I could be wrong, or all these people that believe this stuff could be wrong. They might not be worth anything, and it might be worth, you know, 20, 30, 40 bucks right now, and that could be the best it ever gets. You know, if I hold on to these things and don't sell them right now, then I might be shortchanging myself. I might be screwing myself out of money, because next year they might not be worth nothing. They might be worth $10. I know right now about what they're going for and price wise. So, you know, it's a gamble. It's kind of like, I explain it as kind of like being like cryptocurrency. You buy some Bitcoin, it goes up in value, it goes down in value based on how many people want it and how much they want it, how much they want of it. You know, it's always fluctuating, always changing, and then you throw in some of these coins being silver, and that's even more of a fluctuation and even more of a change, because silver, the price of actual silver is going up and down constantly. It's constantly fluctuating. If you have an ounce of silver, it could be worth $28 today, $30 tomorrow, and $15 the next day. Melt value. Same thing with the pennies. Same thing with any coin. You know, buffalo nickels might turn out to get real hot, and it'd be worth, you know, 40 bucks a piece for a busted buffalo nickel. You never know. So it's one of those things that with my West Point mints, I'll probably hold most of them. I might sell some of them, some of the more busted up, beat up ones, and I've got a few that I might even send out to get graded, because they came out of uncirculated rolls, and they're really nice. Like I got lucky and hit. I got another video that I mentioned that in this video. I've got another video where I got 6 rolls of tall grass prairie quarters from my job. I traded them, 6 rolls of quarters that I hunted. They gave me 6 rolls. I wish I would have had more. And they were all uncirculated. I didn't realize it till later. And then when I looked at all the enders of them, they were all tall grass prairie. And I was like, oh my God, these are 6 rolls of uncirculated TGPs. I'm going to at least find one West Point mint, and I ended up finding either 10 or 11, I can't remember, 10 or 11 West Point mints in 6 rolls. And I shot some of that. I got a video. It's not great, but I did shoot some of that. Not actually physically opening the rolls, but that's going to come too. I'm going to release that one too. So if you are a coin person and you found this this video or this channel, and you're into numismatics and coins and stuff, how you doing? Let's be friends. Let's geek out on some coins together. And if you are, interested in saving some money on some coin hunting supplies or toothpaste or batteries or whatever the hell you may need to buy from Amazon or something like that, you want to make a little bit of extra PayPal money, check out the rest of my videos, and it'll show you how I get things free. My videos will show you how I just ordered 2,000 coin flips and got them for free. And how I order a bunch of different stuff on Amazon. If you're an app person and you don't like coin collecting, not really into it, I don't know why, because you might find something really good, then this video is not for you. And sorry, my content's all mixed up. Anyway, guys, I'm almost to work now. It's not that far. If you guys like the video, drop a like. If you don't like it, drop a dislike. And look in the description below for a link to my Facebook. And send me a friend request, send me a message, and let's geek out on some money together. And, get some easy passive income in the form of coins, PayPal, Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies, Amazon gift cards, Walmart gift cards, or $100 bills. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Going to work. I'm going to hunt some. Hopefully I'm going to hunt some more coins today. Hopefully they put me on the register. See you guys later in a minute. Thanks for watching. Alright, so I've shown you guys most of this stuff, or all of this stuff, I'm pretty sure. And I have kept it separated from this stuff, the new stuff that I found. So I'm pretty excited to go ahead and film this and give you guys an explanation of why I've pulled all this stuff aside. And then I get to mix it with this stuff because I've had it separated. And it's been kind of annoying, kind of a pain in the butt because there's things in here that need to get mixed together. But you've seen this. Now I'm going to go through this and show you guys why I've pulled all these things to the side. If you're not interested in coin collecting and numismatics and stuff like that, this probably is not a video for you. But it's something that I do on the side, something I'm pretty into at this point. This stuff is it's like a college course, trying to learn what to hold on to, what has value, what you can sell, stuff like that. So it's not easy. A lot of people have been asking me a lot of questions about this stuff, and I'm still learning about this stuff, but there's things I know and things I don't know. So stay tuned. We're going to get into this, and I'm going to explain some of this stuff here. All right, so starting off with some of the less exciting stuff, guys. I've got my my gloves on my fingers here. It's just common practice. Something I've learned, which I knew before, is that your fingerprints can get on these coins, and the oils in your fingers can permanently leave a fingerprint in these coins. I mean, you can't clean it off or anything. You're not supposed to clean coins in any way, shape, or form. If you're trying to collect coins for numismatic value or anything really, you don't want to be touching them with your fingers. Anytime one surface touches another, those two surfaces exchange mass and material, even if you can't find it. Watch some of these FBI shows. You'll know that. If I'm touching this towel, my finger's getting on the towel. The towel's getting on my finger. So I always wear gloves when handling this stuff, or I try to. I can't always, obviously, but I try to as much as possible. So a little bit less exciting here is these two rolls, or I've got a few of these, of 2021 half dollars. Now this isn't really anything exciting because you can go to the bank and pick these up in boxes, but I ran across these at work and I just figured I'd grab a couple. I thought it would be cool to hold for my kids or something, and maybe when they're like 50 they can say, hey, I've got, you know, this roll of sealed half dollars that are uncirculated, and you don't know what's in here. There could be some error coins in here, and if there is, let's say there's something wrong with his ear here, right, and there's some kind of die chip. Well, there's a good chance that this roll is going to have a bunch of those. So if there's one coin in here, let's just say for the sake of argument that this top coin is like worth about 50 bucks because of some error, and every other coin in here has that same error. Could be a quite expensive roll, but nothing real significant here. I just thought it was cool, so I grabbed a couple, set them to the side, and we'll hold on to them. I might end up popping them and hunting them. I mean, that's 20 bucks, right, sitting here. So just to start off with something a little less exciting, I got a couple of rolls of half dollars, brand new, uncirculated. All right, so these also a little less exciting for you, for me, probably a little bit more exciting. But in 2008, there was that big financial crash in America, and you know, I don't know a whole bunch of the details. Not going to get into all the details, but it caused there to be a lot of problems apparently in 2009 with minting these coins. So the coins from 2009 are very rare. You're not going to find too many of them, and this is just an example of how many you can find, because I've been looking for these for quite a while, for months now, and setting them aside. And you know, there's coin hunters that go through boxes and boxes and boxes of coins, right? I don't go through that many, but I go through quite a bit. And this is all I've found. I've got 4 2009 Jefferson nickels, which look just like normal nickels, Jefferson nickels. I've only got 4 2009 Roosevelt dimes, which also just look like Roosevelt dimes. They just have a different year. And I've got, you know, several. I mean, I guess there's 20 here or so 2009 pennies. Now, those look different. I'll show you guys what they look like. They're special designs. They look different than your regular your Lincoln pennies. Right, so this is just an example of how many I found, and I set these aside because they carry a premium. You can probably sell these in rolls. Like this would be a $2 roll if it was full of nickels. You might be able to get somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 bucks or something like that. You know, I don't really know yet. All I know is I'm setting them aside because they're hard to come by. You don't find a whole lot of them. So anything 2009, you're going to want to set aside and keep if you're doing this. And maybe you can get on eBay and sell them. Also, the quarters, I have those separated because they take up a lot of room. I have a whole operation for quarters. I mostly hunt quarters. That's my favorite thing to hunt, and that's what I know most about. I'm just now kind of starting to get into your pennies and your nickels and your dimes and other stuff. But I started off with quarters. If you guys watch any of my videos, I know most about quarters. So I have a whole other operation that will take up this entire tabletop when it comes to quarters. But there also are several 2009 low mintage quarters that you would want to hold on to if you were this deep into this like I am. Which I'm not even really that deep into it, but 2009 stuff, guys. I'm going to bust these pennies out and show you what they look like real quick. All right, so these are some of your different designs on the 2009 penny. Some of the better examples I have. This one's a little catching the light a little bit. There was really good lighting here when I started, but anyway, they look different than normal pennies. 2009, or pretty sure is the only year you're going to find these. All of these are 2009 pennies. And they all have different designs on them. Now, I'm not sure yet how many different designs there are. There might only be 4. I'm not really sure. I haven't looked too far into it. but there are several different designs. There might be 6 or something like that. I'm not really sure. But I hold on to these, and they are busted. A lot of your 2009 pennies are going to look like this. I mean, that's busted. Actually, that's a different design too. No, it's the same one. But pennies get used an awful lot, and they get mistreated. A lot of them are looking like that. But if you find some of these in really good condition, guys, like this one's in pretty good condition. I mean, it's a little busted, but here's a really good one. Now, the better condition these are in, you send them off to get graded. If they get a good grade, like if I send this one off and it gets a decent grade, you know, that could be a money coin right there. If it got a good grade, that's a D too, 2009 D. But I just want to show you guys this real quick because I am saving these and putting these to the side, hoping that they will make some money one day, or I pass them down to my kids and they increase in value over time. 2009 coins, save them. So I was going to go with the most boring stuff first and get into the cooler things, or at least in my opinion, the cooler things that I've found. There's a little story behind this one. This was actually going to be, I had planned on making this the last one that I show because it's probably, in my opinion, the coolest find that I've found since the last video I made. This is a 1925 Mercury dime. This is U.S. Coinage. This is 90% silver, and this coin is almost 100 years old. Just insane. And somebody actually put this right in my hand as a payment. My job that I have now, I have the pleasure of being a cashier and getting to look at a bunch of coins all day. Well, not really all day, but here and there as I can, you know, hunt 10 or 20 here and then go do some work. But somebody actually put this in my hand. There's a story behind it. I actually posted it on my Facebook the night I found it. If you guys aren't my friend on Facebook, I'm going to put my link down below in the description of this video. You can shoot me a message, shoot me a friend request, and we can geek out on some coins together. I got a few coin hunting friends on there, and we do this. But the story behind this one is somebody actually stuck this in my hand. It is right now. Here's the back of it. It's November 5th, 2021. And you can see I found this one 10/28/21. A.M.T. A.M.T. stands for another man's treasure because this is one man's trash. So A.M.T. is another man's treasure. So anyway, guys, the story behind this one is, you know, I was on the register and doing my thing there, doing my job work, and a guy comes in and he asked me for a pack of blunt wraps from behind the counter, and he's like, yo, let me get the whatever it was. You know, he knew the price of the blunt wraps was going to be $109 out the door after taxes, and I gave him the blunt wraps, you know, got his ID, all that stuff, and he when it came time for him to pay me, he put a single dollar in my hand and then stuck this coin right on top of the dollar and then pretty much ran out the door. I think this guy thought that this was probably a foreign coin. Maybe I wasn't going to take it as payment, and he just, you know, I think just his body language and the way he was acting, he was definitely trying to, in his mind, give me a bunk coin for his transaction, and he ran out the door quicker than I can even say anything. Now, I've had the thought of, you know, what am I going to do when somebody gives me something like this? Am I going to be able to take it from them? And people have given me really cool stuff, put it in my hand, and then I go, you know what? This is a West Point Mint quarter. Are you sure you want to give me this? What's that? What's a West Point Mint quarter? And I'll kind of be like, well, there's only 2 million of this quarter out there, and you know, I'll tell them stuff like that, and they'll be like, oh, that's really cool, you know. And they almost everyone says, oh, my grandfather or my grandparents collected this stuff, and you know, I appreciate you for telling me that. I didn't even get the chance to do that with this coin, and I'm glad the way it played out. I feel like the universe delivered this coin to me and said, here you go, take this. You've been, you know, looking really hard for this stuff, and this is the first one I've ever found. To me, this is like finding a unicorn in circulation. It was just crazy that this guy put this in my hand and didn't even give me the chance to feel bad and give it back to him. You know what I mean? So it was pretty cool. Probably to me, the coolest thing. It's not the most valuable thing that I found because the melt value on this is probably being 90% silver. I don't know. I want to say the melt value is probably $4 or $5, something like that. I'm probably wrong. It depends on the price of silver, and this is 90% silver. But to me, it's much cooler to have this thing because it's almost 100 years old. And God, I mean, can you imagine what this coin has been through? Super cool to me. This is a piece of history in my hand. Of course, they don't make these anymore. And I don't know a whole bunch of information about it other than it's not a W. That looks like there's a W right there. I can get it closer. You can't really see it. But it looks like there's a W on the front. That's one thing I do know is that I freaked out and I thought this was a West Point Mint Merc dime. And I was like, oh my God, I got a West Point Mint. And then, of course, I went and looked it up. And the first things that came up were like scammy things of people trying to sell these as West Point Mints. And that's not what it is. That's the designer's initial, that W. And this is not a West Point Mint. The mint mark would be on the reverse of this coin, and where it should be is too worn for it to be there. So either it wore off or it never had a mint mark. So, but this was really cool, guys. I wanted to share that, and I get to mix it with my other stuff now and put my collection all together. 1925 Merc dime or Mercury dime. Awesome. Back to the little bit more boring stuff, maybe for you, a little less value here. I keep and I set aside a bunch of different low mint quarters. Now, 21.6 million of these were minted from my research, from what I've looked up. This is a 2012 D Acadia, and only 21.6 million were minted. Now, there's also a 2012 P Acadia, which has a different mintage, right? This is what the reverse looks like. And I set this one aside, and because I already saved these, I have rolls and a whole system where I collect these, right? Because you can sell them probably in rolls on eBay. And I set this one aside and put it in this flip because this one was just in phenomenal condition. I mean, it was almost like it was mint state, brand new. I mean, the edges are nice. I mean, this thing is just fantastic. Already, a D mint mark coin is going to be in better condition. The Philadelphia mint is not known for its quality control, and anything with a D mint mark, which is Denver, is going to be in better condition anyway as it is. So this is just a really, really nice low mintage coin. And the West Point mints, they've only got 2 million of each minted, and this has 21.6 million to give you a little reference. And some of these quarters, they're minted into the billions, 900 million, 500 million, stuff like that. So just to give you an idea that this is something you're going to want to look for and set to the side, or at least I do. 2012 D Acadia. I can probably get this graded, and it'll probably get a really good grade on it. But I don't know. I probably never will. Grading is something you want to really research before you do it, because you're going to spend, you're going to spend some money to get these things graded, and if you don't get a good grade, you're not going to get your return back on your money. 2012 D Acadia, almost mint condition. Pretty cool, I thought. So these two here are a couple of war nickels that I found. These are actually the one on the left is the first war nickel I've ever hunted. I found that one on April 17th this year. I think that was just after I released that last video showing you guys what I found. The reason you want to pull these is because they are 35% silver. So these actually have silver in them. It's the least amount of silver when it comes to like dimes, nickels, quarters. Dimes and quarters, if you find anything 64 and earlier, is 90% silver. These war nickels, there were only, I want to say 4 years that they had silver in them, right? So I can't remember exactly, but I think it's 43, 42, 43, 44, and some 45s, if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken. Don't quote me on that. Look into it. I believe 45 was the transition year. So some 45s have 35% silver in them. Some 45s don't. The telling factor is, let's see if I can do this, the mint mark. If you have a mint mark, you see that S right there over the Monticello building, however you want to say that. If you find a nickel with a mint mark right there over that building, that S, that means you have a war nickel, or what's called a war nickel, which is 35% silver. And here's the other one, which is a P. This was the first one I ever found 4/17/21. I got notes over here on them. I had them in little baggies. I like to notate stuff. This is the S I found. I recently found this one. I found this one 10/11/21. Both 35% silver. My first and my second war nickels ever found. I think these are the only war nickels I have. I might have one more somewhere. I'm not really sure. There might be another one in here. I don't know. But yeah, I've only got like 2 or 3 of these. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to flip these up and put them in something like this. Just for the simple fact that they are the first ones that I found. Otherwise, they will end up going in a roll like this or something like this. But these also can have different errors and stuff, which if you're going to, like, I'll never get rid of these probably. I'm going to hold these forever. So eventually, and as I learn more, I'll be looking to see if there's any microscopic errors on here. Oh, by the way, this is a, do this again. This one is a 42 war nickel, and they're busted. They're so old. They're busted looking. Got some paint on there. And this one is a, where's the date? 43. And they're busted looking. But I'll probably keep these forever. These will probably go to my kids or something. And they'll be in a flip like this, and they will say my second hunted. And then hopefully eventually I will fill up a tube like this with them, which I will over time. But these are cool. You want to save these, you want to set these to the side, definitely. These are gems. This is the kind of stuff you're looking for when you're coin roll hunting. Oh, and I should mention that I haven't found too many of these because like I said, my favorite thing to do is quarters. I haven't done a whole bunch of nickels as far as popping rolls and looking inside of rolls. So that's probably why I haven't found too many, and probably why I have so many W quarters and so many quarters, because I don't hunt these that much. But I am, like I said, I am getting into them. I'm trying to learn more about this stuff, and it's really cool. So war nickel, guys, save them. This is going to be a West Point Mint 2020 W, American Samoa. And this one's in busted condition. The camera doesn't really pick up what, oh, there we go. If you look at that, you can just see like this thing's got some wear. It's been sitting in somebody's center console of their vehicle for a while. It's just busted looking. So I put it in this kind of flip. Usually I put them in these capsules. I started off putting in these hard plastic airtight containers because I was like, oh my God, you know, West Point quarters, let's put them in this. And then I realized like that's overkill for this. Unless you find some that are just in really, 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 really good condition. You should probably keep them out of the capsules. This is just fine for these. And I didn't have too many of these either. I had more of those plastic things than I do these flips. I think I only started off with like 35 of these. Now I've got 2,000 of these little cardboard flips. I literally have 2,000. I ordered 500 of each denomination, and I got those for free. So if I should mention that too, guys, like this stuff goes hand in hand. Like these cardboard things, they cost money, but they protect this coin. And I got 2,000 of them for free off Amazon. If you look at my other videos and everything I do, I stack up all these Amazon gift cards and stuff. And the things that I need to preserve my coin collection, I got for free from passive income apps. So if you're a coin person watching this video and you want to get, you know, supplies for free, staples, markers, flips, baggies, capsules, there's all kinds of different stuff that you need to buy. I can show you guys how to get that stuff for free. So go check out my other videos and you can learn how to get this stuff for free. But I wanted to put this one down and show you guys that this is, looking here, this is one of the only ones I have that's a West Point mint that's in this kind of flip for right now because it is busted. But I wanted to use that as a reference to show you this coin, which I believe to be gold plated. You can see the color difference. This thing's super gold. Get this one out of the way. You can find these. Apparently, they're pretty common. And I like, oh my God, put it in a capsule, which really, I don't think this is worth much more than a quarter, maybe 26 cents. But I've done some reading on this, and there's like QVC, and they'll gold plate quarters and, you know, put them in sets and sell them to you for ridiculous amounts of money. Somebody pops the set open, finds it, sticks it back into the wild, into rotation, into circulation, and then a guy like me ends up finding it going, holy crap, that's a golden quarter, when really it's just plated. So it's nothing really special. It was just, I thought it was pretty cool, and stuck it in a cap, and eventually it'll come out of this and I'll put something better in here, and this coin will go into a flip like this because I think it's at least worthy of wasting a cardboard flip on it. But I thought that was pretty cool, just an oddity, probably worth something somewhere to somebody. That's another thing, guys. This stuff, people are always talking about, what's it worth? What's the value? What's the value of it? That all depends on the collector. It literally depends on the collector. Somebody, I'm sure there's somebody out there that would give me $100 for this because they've probably got 49 of the 50 states in gold and they don't have this one, right? So it all depends on the collector. If there's no interest in the hobby, if there's no interest in these coins, it's not worth anything, right? But like, I mean, I know a guy that collects, I don't know too much about it, but they're called like waitress coins or something, where waitresses for some reason will paint the coin red or blue or something. I don't remember what he said, but I know a guy that collects those. I could literally sit here and paint a bunch of coins red and blue and sell them to him, but I wouldn't do that. But this has value to somebody somewhere. Eventually, I'll probably end up selling this in some way, shape, or form and getting some money out of it. I just thought it was cool. Set it to the side. Not worthy of the capsule. All right, now these, you should, if you're in the U.S., be seeing a lot of these. This is a 2021 crossing the Delaware quarter. They only make this quarter in 2021, special edition, just for this year. And this one is significant because recently it's been discovered that these coins have a pretty prominent error on them, which you can see it says hat die chip here. I'm going to try to show that to you. But I put this in a flip because it's in really good condition. And it's something that I look for as far as errors, which you don't want to just... I started doing this looking for silver. I just wanted the silver, the war nickels, the pre-64 dimes and nickels. And slowly realized that, well, there's a hell of a lot of money in these kind of coins too, and I might as well pull those out, sell them, and buy silver, buy gold, buy ammo, buy, you know, beans, bullets, band-aids, food, dog food, whatever the hell else I want to buy, right? So I started pulling these too. Now I'm also, you know, I'm trying to keep myself in line with the reason I started doing this, right? But I'm slowly being pulled to the numismatic side of this hobby, and I like it. I think it's cool, but eventually I'll probably sell this. But if I can zoom in on this and show you guys the hat die chip, the reason I pulled this to the side, I think the phone will pick it up. I'm going to give you a second to see if you can find it. Obviously, you're looking at the hat. And I picked up this pointy thing. I'm in my son's room to try to get some quiet. But I picked up this pointy thing right here. This pointy thing. I don't know if you can tell what that is. A bazooka guy. If you look right there on the top of his hat, you can see that big mark. That big funky mark. It's a die chip. It's a die break. It's not supposed to be there. So if this was a proof coin, which a proof coin pretty much means how the coin is supposed to be perfectly, that would not be there. But over time, you have, let me try to get this a little bit more before I continue. There's that little mark there. That's a money coin. And this gets bigger, right? This is called, they call this area like the hamburger head or something like it. It'll get to where it looks like a big giant hamburger on top of his head. And that's worth even more. But smaller versions like this, collectors collect these in progressions. There's a really good view of it. You can see that little booger right there on top of his hat, right? I've found these super tiny. This is actually probably the biggest one I've found, but it gets big where it covers the whole hat. Now what happens here is you have what's called an anvil die, which is just like an anvil. It sits flat. And then you have a hammer die, which comes down and strikes these coins. And every time it strikes the coin, it's wearing that die out. Bam, 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 striking these things. And they break. They deteriorate. They fall apart. And when that starts to happen, you start to get these little marks and errors in the coin that, you know, make these little marks. You can even see it from here. But this is an error coin. And I put it in a flip because it's in really good condition, and I know you can sell these right now. They're actually selling for more than you would think. I think more people are getting into the hobby, and more people are buying up stuff like this. Collectors will collect them in progression from a little tiny mark to a bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger error, and they'll just, you know, that's how collectors do it. So I set this aside. Hopefully this is a money coin. When I actually get into starting to sell these things, I can get rid of this thing and make some money off this. Who knows how much it'll be. Error coins. Hold on to them. Silver, silver, silver. So these are going to be my first and second ever found hunted silver dimes. I found both of these while being on the register. And being at work and looking through coins. One of them, which one? I don't know. I'm not sure. One of these coins, I believe it was the 46. One of these coins I found at the same time of finding a West Point mint quarter. So that was a really good night hunting coins. I found a W. I found a silver in one night being on a register. The one on the left, I found 8/8/21. So August 8th, 2021. The one on the right, I found 10/20/21. Like I said, I got notes on these things over here, but these are 90% silver. They're just dimes, Roosevelt dimes, 1963. Anything 64 and earlier is 90% silver. Some of these are really hard to see. Some coins I've found like this that are all dark and they got like boogers and gunk and gum and stuff on them. You gotta sit there and rub the dates, because if you look at the side of the coin and it looks like that, I don't have a clad coin to show you a comparison, but you can usually tell from looking at the side of these things if they're silver, because if they're not silver, if they're just clad or business strike, you're gonna see a separation here. And you're going to see two different colors on your edge. But a lot of different things can happen to these coins to fool you, to trick you. So the key is to always look at the date, right? So, but if I stack these together and look at them side by side, I can go, hey, that's silver. That's silver. Or it looks like silver. Pull it out of a roll, check the date, it's silver. I got money falling over here. But yeah, these you got to check the dates and make sure the date is going to tell you whether or not this is silver or not. This is 1963. It's 90% silver. This here was the first silver dime I ever hunted. I did have that 1906 Canadian that I showed, but I had that for years before I even got into this. I just had some coins that I kind of, like I kept all foreign coins. I just kept them. luckily, because that 1906 is, I believe, 85% silver. So the first silver dime I ever found, I've had for years. So I don't really count that one. I was actually hunting for this one when I found it. And this one, 1946. Now, I do have a whole other roll of these that are BU, or what you call brilliant uncirculated, that I bought as a rookie mistake because there's no reason for me to buy a roll of 90% silver dimes that are just gorgeous. They're beautiful. And there's really no reason for me to have bought them other than they're silver. And, I thought I was doing a good thing because I was buying silver, which is a good thing because I was buying silver, but there was no reason to buy those unless I hunt them for errors. And if I find any errors on them, it's really good because I can get them graded and they'll be in good condition. But my first and second ever hunted silver dimes, and these will just go into a tube like this, like that 2009 tube, and they'll stack up. Actually, no, these I'll flip because that's my first and second, just like the nickels, my first and second hunted war nickels. I've got my first and second hunted silver quarters. I've already showed you guys those. My first and second hunted war nickels and my first and second hunted dimes will go into flips. And then anything after that I find will go in a tube, unless it's got some crazy error on it. 290% silver dimes, 1964 and earlier, keep them. Wait a second, let me see if I can do this real quick. I haven't done this on this video. This is another way you can tell if something is silver. It makes a different noise. If you clank two regular dimes together, it's going to make a different noise than this. And that's actually one of the best ways to tell if something is like fake, because people will sell silver coins and actually be fake. And there's a way out there, it's called a ping test. And like there's this thing you hook up to your phone or a device and you ping it. Something that holds the coin like this, and then you ding the side of it, and that's how you can tell if it's silver, other than like scientifically checking the whatever. Yeah. But that's another way. I just want to show you guys that too. Wheat pennies. These are always fun. And these would represent the oldest memories I have of anything like this. My mother used to save wheat pennies. I think I mentioned this in my last video. And she had bottles of these things around the house or in her own little stash. And it was, she used to hunt them. And I remember as a kid, I'd find one. Here, Mom, is a wheat penny. And that, of course, that was 30 years ago and stuff, when they were 30 years younger. And didn't really know too much about them. I remember being a kid and I'd get my mom's wheat pennies and like take them out and be like, oh, wow, like it was treasure. And didn't really know what I was doing, but it is treasure. And these, now I'm kind of torn on doing this, like just dumping these and scratching them like this. That's the collector side of me, not wanting to scratch them out, so I'm not going to dump them all out. But wheat pennies look like this. I'm sure you guys have seen these. They're pretty, they're pretty common. They're not really super rare to find them, but the thing you're going to want to look for, let me try to fix this. The thing you're going to want to look for is this wheat here, right? That's wheat on the side of there. It's a terrible shot. Try it again. No. The date on this one, 57. So you're going to look for, they're like I said, this being a college class, like you really have to know what you're looking for. There's a 41 wheat. Obviously, the older, the better. Some of them have errors on them, which will be like you'll call it a DDO or a DDR, which will be a double die reverse, or a double die obverse, which is something I cannot show you. What's that? This looks like it might have some feeder finger errors on it, which if you see has kind of super hard to show you guys this stuff. Might have some errors on that one. But you want to check these for errors, guys. And like a DDO or a DDR is just going to mean... See, that's an S. That's a 1942 S, which might be a key date. It might be something a little bit better to look for. I don't know. You have to look through them one by one. The S's are more rare to find. P, D are the ones that you're going to normally see, or no mint mark, which there's all kinds of different stuff to look for in this stuff. But back to the double die, it's really hard to show that because you just can't see it with the camera. It's something you need a microscope for. But it'll look like if you look at the T, it'll look like one T sitting on top of another T. Like you can see there's another T under there. You know what I mean? It'll have like a lip, and it's a double die. You got machine doubling, and you got double die, which is actually, it just looks like the thing is stamped on top of another one, like two stamps, one right on top of another one. And those are worth a lot of money if you can find them. Which, is that another S? This is bad. I don't know, I can't tell. Nope, that's a D. But these are wheat pennies, guys. Hold on to them, I do. And this is just what I found. I've got a lot of these. I've been saving these probably most of my life. But not really looking for them. Just when I run across one, I set it aside. You're going to want to save these and check them all to see what you got. I know you can sell these in lots. If you get, say, 500 of them or something, you can throw them on eBay. Collectors will buy them. They'll hunt through them and do what we call cherry picking and pick out the good stuff. You can even find these in rolls in really good condition. And I'm excited to kind of get into these and see what I have, because I'm looking at them with new eyes, with a whole different understanding of what is here in my hands. Old money, treasure, wheat pennies. Hold on to them. Actually, while I got these out, I want to mention something else that I've recently started doing. Any pennies that are 1982 and pre-1982 are going to be mostly copper. I think it's 90% copper, something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but they changed the metal composition of the penny, or the cent, I should say. These are cents. They changed the metal composition in 1982. So some 1982 pennies are copper, or mostly copper, and some 1982 pennies are not. And some collectors will save these, anything, even if it's not a wheat penny. Some collectors will save pennies that are pre-1982 just for the copper, for the melt value. Because let's say a 1981 penny is going to be mostly copper. The melt value on that penny is worth more than what the penny is. Like, this is only worth a penny, but if I melt it down, this being a wheat penny, what is this? I don't know, I can't see it, 1955. That's worth at least 3 cents melt value, probably. Somewhere in there. And then on top of that, this is a wheat penny. So if this isn't a special wheat penny with any kind of errors or anything like that, it's probably worth another 5 cents just because it's a wheat penny, 3 to 5 cents. So this penny alone, just because of the metal composition in it, is worth 6, 7, 8 cents. Right? So that's why you're pulling these. And some collectors will hold these hoping that the government, gets rid of the penny and says, okay, you can do whatever the hell you want with the penny, and then you've got a bunch of copper because you've been holding on to it. And if you're searching, and I save these, or not these, of course I save these are wheat pennies, but if I'm searching pennies and I'm looking for money, I'm looking for stuff that's worth money, I'm going to pull anything out of there that's mostly copper and put it to the side. Just for the simple fact of it's worth more than a normal penny, and I'm already doing it. I'm already looking at the dates. I'm already looking at the mint marks. I might as well pull the pennies out that are mostly copper and worth more and set them to the side. Why not? Why not do that? And then maybe one day down the road, I can melt them down or sell them for the melt value and get more than what they're worth. I used to I used to save copper as a kid. I used to save aluminum. I used to scrap metal all the time. I've spent countless hours stripping wire just to go take it down and sell it because it was copper. So why not do it now? Wheat pennies. Copper pennies, save them. Look it up. I don't really know. I don't mess with 1982s, but anything 1981 and before, I'll save. I got the camera running. I just grabbed this. This is an example of what I do. When I found this coin, I stuck it in this towel. I put the date on it. I haven't had time to flip it up or put it in a cap or anything like that. This is going to be a West Point. I pulled it off the register. Wait, what's that? There's two things in here. Yeah, this is a West Point that I found recently. Today is November 5th. Remember the 5th of November. I found this on the 3rd, so a couple days ago. I pulled this. This is in really good condition. This is a 2019, I think. River of No Return, West Point Mint. Give the proper respect here, if I can. And you want to pull these. There it goes. West Point Mint. Off the bat, this is probably right now worth 20, 30 bucks, depending on the collector, depending on the grade. It's got a really, really nice shine on it. I won't sell this. I will keep this for quite a while, and hopefully, because some people are saying these are going to be worth thousands of dollars. Some people already think they are, and they're not, unless you get one that's super high grade, like a Mint State 69, Mint State 70, which is as high as the scale goes. If you get it graded through PCGS, that's going to cost you, I don't know, I'm hearing like 30, 35 bucks, something like that. So if I get this coin graded and it only grades a Mint State, 64 or 65 or something like that, it might not be worth too much money, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to stop scratching it on this towel. I'm going to put it in a flip like this, and I'm going to save it. Actually, this one is nice enough it might go in a cap. It might go in a capsule. I might put it in an airtight thing and hold on to it. But I just haven't had time to flip it up. So what's this one? There's another one in here with it that I put. Oh, this is Salt River Bay. Now, this is not a W, but since I got it out, I'll just mention why I saved this. There's an error on this coin that you can only see with a microscope. If you see that JFM right there, the designer's initials right here, that JFM, there's a double die that you want to look for that I cannot see it with my eyes. You can't see it unless you have a microscope. So I save all these, even though you will find West Point mints in the Salt River Bay, but this is a Philadelphia mint. But I save them and set them to the side because all at once I'll sit there and I'll check for that double die on those initials. That's a newer error that's just been found recently, even in this tree, this mangrove or whatever the hell this is. I think it's a mangrove. There's doubling that can be found in there. You can almost see it with this camera, but I just put this to set it aside because it's really nice. I don't want to scratch it up in case it has that double die reverse. And I just stuck it in there with the W. Where's the W? Back out a little bit. There it is. I'll just wrap those up until I get time to mess with them. Actually, I don't want to do it like this. Do it like that. Wrap that one. Wrap this one. Here's an S I found. S Mint. San Francisco Mint. That's what that stands for. I think this is a proof. I'm not really sure. It looks like it has that what they call a deep cameo, which would be a really mirrored background with kind of a less mirrored foreground or whatever. I guess Washington. I think this is a proof. Sometimes you'll find just an S Mint, which is pretty rare for me. I've only got like 3 or 4 of these. These are even more rare than me finding a West Point Mint, but because I never find S's. This is like one of 3 or 4 that I have. I'm pretty sure this is a proof coin. God, Wish the camera worked better. Yeah, because it looks like it's got that really mirrored background on it. That does not help. But let's set this in a capsule. This will actually come out of this, and it'll go into a cardboard flip, because it's not really so important that it needs this airtight container like this. That was a rookie mistake that I made, putting it in here. It's kind of cool to have them all together, though. That looks good, just regular. Pretty sure that's a proof coin, which for me is hard to come by. Some people find a lot of these. I don't. S-mint marks. Hold on to them. Worth a little bit more. Okay, so this one is going to be a CUD, what we call a CUD error. I got them in these plastic bags just because I want to protect the plastic on these coin holders. The bags are pretty much free. Let's see if you can tell what's wrong with this coin before I tell you. You can already see it there. There's a big chunk of metal. I don't think I filmed this yet. I thought I did. I don't know. I'm not sure. There's a big chunk of metal on the rim right there. If you see that, it's called a CUD error. They usually happen on the rims of coins. And again, it's just that die breaking off. Again, you have an anvil die and a hammer die. So the hammer part, or whatever, maybe this was flipped like this. One of the dies broke off right there. So when it's smashing this coin, you just get a big chunk of metal. That's not part of the design. So this is the money coin. This is an error coin. This coin's probably worth, in the shape it's in pretty good shape. It's probably 20 bucks easy. Put it on, you can put it on auction, on eBay, get people bidding on it. And there are probably, actually I think this is one of the ones that is known, a lot of different progressions of this where this just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So this is probably one of the most significant error coins I've found besides the die chip on this. I've got a bunch actually, so this is probably the best one I've ever found though. That's a CUD. That's going to be a Colorado. Where's the date? 2006. And like I said, I think this is one of the more well-known error coins that's out there. So it's recognizable. Somebody's going to know what that is. Guarantee sale right here. You can sell this for sure. So I can sell this and buy silver with it. But this being one of my first and best errors that I found, I'll probably just keep it. But it's going to go in one of these cardboard flips. Overkill with the capsule. But keep it in there for now until I need that cap. And then it'll go into a flip. Error coins, look for them. Alright, so this one here is going to be another overkill for the cap. I shouldn't have, I'm not going to say I shouldn't have, but I didn't need to put this coin in here. This also will probably go into a cardboard flip when I need the capsule. This is a 2012 Denali. Very low mint. I don't think it's as low as this one. I think Acadia is one of the lowest mint that I look for. But it's kind of same thing with this, 21.6 million. I think there's somewhere in the neighborhood of, I want to say like 30 or 40 million of these Denalis minted. And this is I believe it's a D. Looking at it, yeah, it's a D. It's in really good condition. So I put it in here. I was like, wow, because I saved these. I pull these, set them to the side. Usually when you get them, they're all busted looking. You know, some of them are in decent condition, and they go in a roll. I just keep them in a roll. I have not filled a $10 roll yet, face value of these. But when I ran across this one, similar to this one, I was just like, wow, that's just in really good condition. So I put it in this cap. It's going to end up going in a cardboard flip. You can probably sell that. This is definitely worth more than 25 cents. It's in great condition. Might even be worthy of getting graded. I don't know. I haven't got that far yet into this, other than considering some of my coins that are in really good condition for grading. I'd have to really, really look at this. And there's scratches on this plastic. So to really look at it and consider it for grading, to send it off for grading, you really have to take it out of this and give it a good look under a microscope and look for chunks and nicks taken out of it and, you know, garbage and crap on it before you send it off to get grading. And you don't want to clean them. You do not clean your coins. The most I will do is take a microfiber cloth and wipe this down. And I think even that is not really recommended. But I will wipe these down to get any boogers and stuff off of them before I put them in these caps. Get the dust off of them. I'm not sure the exact mintage on this. I might put it in the video depending on how heavy I go with the editing of this. But 2012 Denali. Save. All right, these are just a few Buffalo nickels that I found. I've got two 1937s here. Your old school Buffalo nickels. There's also I believe it's 2005, which are newer, obviously newer Buffalo nickels. And they're really not anything crazy special unless you can find what's called I think it's a speared bison, they call it, which has got a die chip that runs through the center of it. If you can find that one, it's an error coin, set it aside. These being 1937 and commonly collected by collectors, I set them to the side. These will probably end up going in a roll, or actually these two, I'll probably flip them up. They are not in flips yet because I didn't have the correct size flips, and it makes me absolutely insane that collectors, because there's different sizes of these, like there's some for dimes, or some for quarters, or some for nickels, and there's even bigger coins, and collectors will take a dime and put it into a $50 holder, and the dime is like moving all around inside the flip, and I'm pretty sure that's not how you want your coins. Like, I've had this argument with people online, and they're like, no, it's the same thing. And dude, I'm telling you, if you put, in my opinion, if you put this mercury dime into something that has a window this big, or something that has a window this big for a quarter, if I put this smaller coin into this holder and that coin's in there moving all around, it's at least going to scratch the plastic on the inside so it looks like crap, and probably get all those particles that come off of this onto your coin. So I have like one nickel that I flipped into a quarter flip, and it makes me insane. I'm going to take it out. I actually have the right size holders for these now, and you will not see me put a small coin, or you will not see me put a coin into the wrong size flip. I think that's foolish. I don't think you should do it. And anybody that's serious enough to buy these flips to put coins in them, if you're not putting them in the right size, I don't know what the hell you're thinking about. It just doesn't make sense, because the coin's going to move all around in there. It's going to scratch the coin. It's going to scratch the plastic on the inside. It's going to make it look like crap, and you're going to want to change it out. I've seen so many collections where people lay these all out, and they're like all yellow and stained, and like somebody spilled a cup of coffee on them, and it's just all disgusting. And it's like, how can you not take that coin out of that and put it in a new flip? Like, who's going to want to buy that collection when it's got cigarette ashes and coffee stains all over it, and you've done cut the grass and blown freaking grass clippings all over it? Like, not mine. If mine start looking like that, we're going to have a problem. Mine's not going to look like that. Everything I'm looking at on this table right now is super pretty and beautiful, and these are going to go into flips as my first. I've got more buffaloes. This one's busted. This one probably won't even stay in this plastic bag. This is going to go in a roll, and I will keep it. It is a 19. I cannot see the date. I don't know. I can't make the date out on it. It's old and busted, but this one will go into a roll and then eventually probably be sold. And I'll just say, there is something I should mention. There's something that you can put on here to get the date off of it. Let me see, that's the front. Or the obverse, I'm sorry. Yeah, I cannot see the date. But you can see the date here, right? 1937. You can see where it's supposed to be on this coin, which, no, you can't. But there's a chemical that you can buy. It's called nicodate. And if you put that chemical on here, it's going to eat the metal down to where it'll reveal the date. But once you do that, you immediately decrease the value of this coin, right? So I would only nicodate this if I absolutely just could not make out the date. And you might get a something crazy. I don't know what years they made these, but let's just say you nicodate this and you might get a 1902, which would be really cool, you know. So it might increase the value, but as far as I know, if you put nicodate on there, you're decreasing the value of this coin, even if it's all busted up looking like this. But without a date, you really can't put a value on it. It could be a key date coin. It could be a coin that has some significant error on it. But if you don't know the date, you can't really figure that out. But Buffalo nickels, guys, old ones, save them. Put them to the side. This one here is going to be a shout-out coin. Thanks to my boy Stormcloud for giving me this. I don't want to say his name in the video here. He knows who he is. A buddy of mine, close friend of mine, noticed some of my videos and that I was collecting coins. And I went to see him, and he was like, "Here, man, I've got this for you. You know, this is a penny that I've had forever." And I really appreciate him giving me this. I didn't want to take it from him. This is a 1943 steel penny, which I'm pretty sure there's only 1 year that they made these steel pennies. It's 43, and it looks different color. You can see it's not the same color as a normal penny, which is copper and all that stuff. But this is a steel cent. And back when trying to get a good view of it. There it goes. 1943. Is that an S? No, I think it's a D. But a 1943 steel penny. And this is only the second one of these I've had. And coincidentally, the other one that I have was also gifted to me. I think that's an S, which would be really cool. It might make this a proof. I haven't looked at that before. Stormcloud, bro, your coin has been in this baggie. I really appreciate you giving this to me, man. I actually have just recently got the correct size holders for this, and it's going to end up going in a flip like this and into my forever collection. And I'll mark it that you gave it to me, man, and I won't get rid of it. I really appreciate that. This is only the second one I have. I'm just kind of babbling, losing my train of thought. That's ADD for you. But this is only the second one I have, and coincidentally, the first one I have was given to me as well. I've never found one of these myself. And that's the only one in here that I have to show you that was given to me, and something that I did not find on my own. But it's going to go in a flip, and it's going to go in a book that I have, that I got for free, that I just ordered, that showed up to my house for free. Thanks, Stormcloud. Appreciate you, bro. 1943 steel cent. Oh, I was saying they had to change back when World War II was going on. They were changing the composition of these coins because they needed the metals for the war effort. And they needed the metals for stuff like ammunition and armor and all this different stuff. So, you know, you think they would need steel for war, but apparently they were like, F steel, we have too much of it. Make money with it. And it's, you know, it's a steel penny. You know what I mean? If it was aluminum, it'd probably be worth more. But, you know, they started making money ever since they stopped making money with silver, you know, and gold. They use other metals to do it. Nickel. And it's not worth what it should be worth. And that's part of the problem. Like people want $15 an hour to work at McDonald's. And the problem is not how much you're getting paid, but it's the value of the currency that's in your hand, which is, you know, nothing. Like a quarter, a silver quarter. Never mind. I'm not even going to get into that. I'm trying to keep here. But anyway, bro, thanks. I appreciate you. I'll let you know when I drop this video so you can see your steel penny on display here with my collection, my forever collection. Thank you, bro. Okay, so this one, like I said, I think I have 3 of these. It might only be 2. This is another S Mint coin, Effigy Mountains. Effigy Mountains. This is pretty cool. This is an actual thing that you can see from the sky. I want to say it's like Indians or something. Where the hell is this coin from? Take it off here. Iowa. S Mint. I don't think this is a proof coin. God, this is bad. I don't think this is a proof coin. I think this is just a San Francisco, what they would call a NIFC, which means not intended for circulation. So this was some kind of set, some kind of mint set, something like that, that probably had a D, a P, an S, maybe a proof coin. And what happens is the U.S. Mint will sell these sets of these coins with all different coins from that year or whatever kind of set it is. And then somebody will cherry pick something out of it, pop it open, sell the other coins and get rid of this, or somebody inherits this in some way, shape, or form and they don't realize the value of it, or if it has value, and they'll pop it open, spend it on a pack of cigarettes as a quarter, so it ends up in some guy's hand like mine. And that's an S mint. So any quarters, I do not find quarters with S mints out of all the quarters that I have set aside. This is one of 2 or 3 or 4 or something like that I have found. I found more W's than I have S mints, which is kind of crazy. And I'm not even going to stop the camera this time. Just going to keep rolling. 64 quarter, 90% silver to go with the other ones that I found. I'm not going to flip this one up. It's going to go in a roll eventually. Another 64 quarter. I've got, I don't know, 8 or 10 of these. I've got a lot of these, but I mean, as far as the ones that I found and pulled out of circulation myself, probably 8 to 10. Not many. 90% silver quarter. Keep them. And I got a couple more things over here to show you guys. I'm almost done, so bear with me. Guess what that is? Ha. I found a $100 bill. No, it's like, I'm just kidding. Guys, I just want to show you this before I get to the bulk of what I have to show you over here to my right. This is kind of a bad view. It looks kind of blurry, but whatever. That looks a little better. July 4th, 1776. This is a $100 bill star note. And if you look right here, next to the serial number, you'll see that star right there. My little cannon guy, my bazooka dude pointing at it. That's a star note, which can be worth more money. There's another one. So the thing about this is I've kind of been getting into this a little bit more too, hunting bills, currency. Well, it's all currency, but I had these in a book. I kind of flattened them all out with a book. I just kept them in a book to get them nice and flat and try to get all the creases out of them and stuff, because the condition of these matters too, just like the coins. The condition of the bills matters. Now, I think I've looked this one up. It's not really worth anything crazy. It's not really rare. There is a site that you can use to look up every one of these with the series. Like this is a 2009A. That might be significant. I might need to look into that, because just like the coins, that might be worth more because it's 2009. But I held on to this one because it's a star note and it's in really, really good condition. So I set it to the side. I might end up keeping this one for quite a while. Who knows? I haven't looked all of these up. Here's a 20 with the star note. Now, some other things you want to look for is misprints. Like this serial number could be going through the 20, or, you know, the serial numbers, actually this one kind of, I found one the other day, an old lady, and this is one of the things that I have a problem with, taking these from people when they give this stuff to me as payment if I'm on a register. If you look at these numbers, a lady gave me a bill the other day, I can't remember what it was, but the serial numbers, like the 7 was like way up here. So like all the numbers were in line, but then the last number was like way far up, and that's an error bill, and that could have been worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. And she gave it to me, and my eyes immediately go to the things that I know to look for. And she put this bill in my hand, a little old lady, and I said, "Ma'am, I can't take this from you." And she was like, "Why not?" And I was like, "Well, because if you look at this, if you look at the serial number on this bill, this number is way off." So like this is a rotator, like you can imagine like a like one of them bicycle locks where you twist the numbers. Like this will rotate, stamp, rotate, stamp, rotate, stamp, rotate, and it'll be on the circular thing, and it's just a matter of the rotation. Well, I explained it to her and what it was, and she was like, "Oh my God, I really appreciate that you didn't take that from me." And you know, she was telling me about her father used to collect currency and coins, and she's got all this stuff, and she was very excited to take that bill and put it away, and was beside herself that I would tell her that and give her that bill, and that made me feel good. You know, I have a problem with that, with taking this stuff from people and they don't know about it. Some people have given me star notes, and I just go, hey, that's a star note. I don't know if you want to give me that, but it could be worth more than what you think. These are, as far as I know, they're just replacement notes. Like if a note gets really damaged somehow, they'll pull it out of rotation and they'll stick a star note in its place, and like somehow they keep track of that. Steve Mnuchin. Thanks for all you do, Steve Mnuchin. Star notes. You can look them up. This is going to be what you call a large face or a small face. I mean, small face older money. 1981. You don't see these kind of bills anymore, which is why I set it to the side. Not really worth more than $10. I just thought it was cool. Held on to it. There was a 50 I almost grabbed last night that was like this. Not really anything except for the kids maybe. These serial numbers too. I don't remember in my last video if I talked about any of that, but if you see zeros here, like the lower the number, the more chance there is that this is a rare note. You don't just pull star notes, but like let's say this was 00075. That's going to be the 75th bill in this run that is however many this is. Like however high this number goes, that's how many bills there are in this run. So they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the lower that number is, the more chance that this is a valuable note. And like I said, I don't just pull star notes. I think they're in the back. Yeah. Here you go. Let me show you this one. I'm trying not to crinkle them all up, but I pulled this one because of the serial number. I can't remember exactly what this is. 903-8309. So 1, 2, 3. Some of these are trinaries. Some of them are binaries. Like a binary would be a serial number made of only 2 different digits, no matter where they fall. So if it was 98988989989, that'd be a binary. A trinary, 9383938833938. That's a trinary. This is what's called a devil note. 666. There's collectors out there that'll buy that just because it's 666. Some Satanist somewhere. Why'd I pull this one? I think this one's called like a broken ladder or something like that. If you guys know any of this stuff, comment below and let me know, because I can't remember exactly what these are. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's why I pulled that one. There's birthday notes, lucky notes. 777 would be a lucky note. 888 Chinese lucky note. There's a bunch of different ones. Like if you had a 2/25 1984, like that's a birthday note. That's my birthday note. So I got a bunch of these star notes. As far as value, I've looked up most of these. They're not really rare, other than their star notes, and you can't really get too much of a premium if you sell them. The thing that I was thinking is if you get a lot, like if I get a whole band, which I think is $100. If I get 100 of these star notes, I might be able to sell them for maybe $120 and make a little bit of money. And I'm already looking at money. I'm already, you know what I mean, pulling stuff aside. So I might as well try and see if I can't put them together and sell them. Here goes a 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 3, 5, 5, 1, 4, 4, 4, 3. Well, that's a bookend. I don't know. I'm just getting into that too. So just to let you guys know, there are several different things on your money, several different kind of errors that you can look for to set aside and make some extra money on. And these are star notes. Like I said, I've been keeping these in a book, which is why they're nice and flat. And if you do that, I recommend you keep track of what exactly is in there, because they'll get lost in the book. So I just keep track of how much money is in there. Like there's $375 in this book, you know. So when I pull them all out, I know I'm not missing any. Star notes, serial numbers, check it out. So the last thing I got for you guys, these are all West Point mint quarters. I'm not going to sit here and go over every one of them. They've made these in 2019, 2020. There are 5 designs in 2019. There are 5 designs in 2020. There's only 2 million of each minted. So there's only 20 million West Point quarters in existence with 2 million of each minted. So these are all West Point mint quarters. There's one. I'm trying to show you guys the W's on them. There's a W. Here we go. Let me see here. There's one. That on the left side of this, that's called a Privy Mark. That V75, that's from 2020. If you flip it, Tallgrass Prairie, 2020. All the 2020s have that Privy Mark on the side of them right there. Let me try to get the bazooka guy and show you right there. That V75. Let me see if I can get a better view of it. That V75 right there. That's called a Privy Mark. It's only found on the 2020s. 2019 West Point mint quarters do not have that mark. And I think that makes them a little bit more valuable. Not really sure about that yet. All these, my bazooka guy, get out here. All these I put in caps because I had them. I didn't have a whole bunch of the flips like this, so I didn't put them in there. Now some of these, now I have another video. Let me go first and show you guys. These are all West Point mints. I don't want anybody to be like, those are just regular quarters, because people do that. There's another one. West Point. They're all West Points. West Point. Now these are worth, I mean, bare minimum right here, you're looking at 20 bucks a piece. Easily. 20 bucks a piece. Some of them, different designs, go for more. But I can jump on eBay right now and make 400 bucks with this. Easy. I could break them up into sets because I know I have the whole set. And I could say, there's a set right there. Every coin from this year, there's one set. There's another set. I know I've got at least a few in here. A few sets. Let's see. Show you some more W's. There's an upside down W. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong ass coin. Flipping the wrong coin. W. W. All these are West Point mints. So I'm not going to go one by one and prove to you guys that these are all West Point mints. But what I will say is that I have another video that I shot of these. When I found these, not all these, some of these. West Point mint, V75, Tallgrass Prairie. I got, I don't know, months and months ago before I even moved. I got 6 rolls from one of the places I was working. I traded 6 rolls of quarters for 6 rolls from them out of the safe. And I took them into my car. And I think I was sitting there waiting to clock in or something. I don't remember. I was at work or something. And I hunted 6 rolls of quarters, and I found, I think it was 10 of these in 6 rolls. It was crazy. I filmed some of it. I planned on releasing that video and editing it, but it's probably going to come after this video, but it was just pretty cool. In 6 rolls, I found 10 Tallgrass Prairie West Point mint quarters, and they were all uncirculated rolls of the same coin. So I knew as soon as I got the rolls and I was looking at them and I flipped them over and I was like, oh my God, these are all the same coin. I knew I was going to find at least one. So at that point I had, 10 less, but now I can mix all these up together. So I've got all this stuff all over the place, and I got this other box over here, and I wanted to get this done and just show you guys the progression of what's going on. I've got a whole bunch of other stuff and books and coin collection. And I mean, there's coins all over the place in my house. I got stacks of coins that I gotta get to and mess with, and I've got coins all over the damn place. But this is like the top of the line stuff that I have found so far. and it's fun to me. I love doing this. It's super cool. You guys know I do passive income from apps. I like easy money. This is not really easy money. This is hard. So, you know, if you're one of my app people that watches my channel for the apps and the passive income from that, sorry about this. I'm throwing it up there because I do this too. And a lot of times when I'm hunting coins and looking for coins, I'll have my phones down next to me hitting buttons, still making passive income so I can turn around, order flips for these awesome coins. Because this is going to go to my kids. This is ultimately, this is for my kids. I got to block that out where I found that. Ultimately, this is for my kids. And whatever value comes from this is going to benefit them in some way, shape, or form. So hopefully it does good. And some of this stuff ages well. Oh, I wanted to say, like, these, the West Point mints, if you hold on to these, if you find these, don't sell them. My original plan, you can hear my kid out there. My original plan was to find these, sell them, use the money to buy silver. But I think that there's only 2 million of this coin in existence. There's only 2 million. There's not any more. How many of them do you think have fallen into the ocean? How many of them have dropped out of some hunter's pocket in the forest when he's chasing a deer? How many of them fell in a parking lot and are scratched all to hell and just worthless, that you can't even tell what it is? How many of them got stuck in somebody's dryer? I don't know if you've ever pulled coins out of your dryer, but it completely destroys them, and you can't even tell what the hell they are. So not only were only 20 million of these minted, but there's supposed to be only 2 million of these. I'm sorry, 20 million total. There's only 2 million of these. How many do you think are left? And every day that goes by, there's less. So if you hold on to these now, in 10 years, my kid's out there going crazy. I got to go get him lunch. In 10 years, there's going to be way less of these. So I see a lot of new collectors. I'm a new collector. I see a lot of new collectors going into Facebook groups and stuff going, how can I sell this? How can I get rid of it? Like, people don't see the value in this. Like, if coin collecting is still a thing, which is sure to be, in some years, like, these are going to be worth a lot more money. So hold on to them for now. Don't sell them. You're going to be cutting yourself short, and you can probably turn around and make a lot more money. I've already seen the market go up for these. I've already seen the value and the price of them go up higher since I've been collecting them, especially if you get a set. Love it. Anyway, guys, that's it. I can now mix all of this stuff together. This is my new finds. My older finds are in this little box. My newer stuff was in this bigger box. Now I'm going to have to find something bigger to put all of this stuff in. And I'll start a new, I'm going to keep the bazooka guy. I'll start a new thing for new stuff I find. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Drop a like if you like the content. Dislike it if you don't. Again, if you're an app person that watches my channel for apps, this video was not for you. It's not recommended by YouTube that you mix your content up like this, but I don't care because I don't just do this for YouTube. I do it for me too, and for anybody else that wants to watch what I do. This is what I'm doing. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I got more coming. Got lots of stuff in my phone I need to edit and upload and get it up there. It just takes a lot of time. As you can see, this video here is probably easily an hour long, maybe longer. Probably 15, 16 people might watch it, but it's for me too. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit the like button. See you later. Thanks. Wait. So a little bit of final thought here. I can actually, for the first time ever, put all these together and kind of see what I have here. I got 11 of the tall grass prairie West Point mint quarters, which most of those were found in one sitting. It's crazy. That's one hunt, because I think it was 10 that I found. I've only got 3 of the American Samoas. This is different than what I thought it was, because apparently I only have one full set, because I've only got one of each of these. So I've only got one full set of West Point mints. 3 of the Salt River Bays only. I've got 3 War in the Pacific. Wait, what's going on? Nope, I skipped a row. I got 3 of the, here we go, Wilderness. River of No Return. 3 of those. I've only got 2 Weir Farms. The camera's picking this up weird, so I'm here. No, I've got 2. That is so weird. War in the Pacific. Got 2 of those. Weir Farms. I've only got 2. San Antonio Missions 1. American Memorial Park only 1. Rockefeller 1. Lowell 1. And this will not be happening anymore. These coins being in these bigger holders. I can't stand that. So I'll fix that. 1920 Buffalo. Making me insane. 5, 10, 11, 14. So I've got 28 West Point mints. Not bad. Thanks for watching. Drop a like if you like it.